vocal range is basically what you can sing, how high and how low. So generally speaking, if you want to make a really kind of a very quick classification, a bass is someone who can sing down here and perhaps even this note. That's a C, a low C, below the staff. Now, the bass, generally speaking, his highest note generally will be somewhere around a G up here. So he sings. Now again, that's middle C. Give the bass a few more notes. Maybe he can sing that note, but usually a baritone can sing that note. So the bass is the guy who can sing really low down. The baritone is kind of in the middle. He can sing that G up there, but his low note is usually somewhere around A flat or G, 2 octaves below. So the baritone, again, the bass, anywhere from low C up to G. The baritone from low G above the bass note up to maybe A flat, or if he's got stretchy range, A natural or B flat. Those are generally the notes reserved for a tenor. A tenor is usually a guy whose voice washes out around middle C, the octave below middle C. So his note goes from C to C to C, way up there. Okay, so that's the high C that everybody's always afraid of. Not a very good demonstration, but just an idea, just to show you that's the high note for the tenor. Now the countertenor sings in falsetto above that and can go anywhere. It's sort of like the bass. The countertenor can go very, very far up into the soprano range if the technique has been trained that way. So the countertenor essentially is possibly a baritone or a tenor who sings up into the falsetto range and has built the falsetto range into a stronger, not falsetto like ah, but a falsetto that's much stronger than that and goes up higher and higher and higher, and most often today sounds like a female singer because that tenor or that countertenor is using what we would call female technique. He's using a lighter vocal cord at the top of his voice and going all the way up, sometimes up to soprano high C. So, okay, now the contralto, the old-time low-voiced woman who could sing perhaps as, again, see, this all gets very confusing. It just depends on your vocal cords. But if you're a lady who can sing really, really low, then you're probably some kind of a contralto. And your range may go up to the C above the tenor high C. The tenor high C would be considered, if you're a Yamaha person, this would be C3. This would be C2, this would be C1, and this would be C0. Okay, so middle C in Yamaha land is C3. Some people talk about this as C4. Nothing in music is terribly plain. There's a system for everything, and everybody thinks their system is the best. All right, so above that middle C, almost all female voices can hit that note, one way or the other, and then we get to this C. What C would that be? That would be C3, 4, C5. Again, if you're using the Yamaha system. So C5 would be the high C for the soprano. There are sopranos who can sing all the way up to high F, and now today, because we've engineered a technique better and better, we have sopranos who can sing sometimes all the way up off the piano like Mariah Carey. We generally call that whistle voice. And even there are some guys who can sing up there in whistle voice. So the whole idea of vocal classification becomes a little bit strange. And again, if you can sing low, good for you. If you can stretch your voice down low and still have beautiful high notes, great. That's what you want. We try and teach you, those of us who are teachers, we try and teach you a technique that will allow you to sing as much range as you possibly can. But again, that depends on the style of music you're singing as well, the way you sing those notes.